Hello, welcome to another weekly video. Last week I was on vacation, so I didn't have any videos posted, but I wanted to go ahead and get back to some of the uh, topics I was going to talk about. One of the topics I was thinking of recently was abortion. It's a really hot topic, and a lot of people probably don't want to talk about it, but I thought it was just a good thing to kind of talk about a little bit, just because I think a lot of people don't really know how to view abortion through religion. And I know everybody kind of has their own idea about it. Um, and I've changed my views about it several times throughout my life. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Um, so, you know, people tend to think it's kind of a black and white type thing. It's um you'll see advertisements, and I think I saw a billboard the other day about uh, people saying that life begins at conception, and abortion is wrong no matter what, when it comes to um, religion, and I guess if you want to consider it a sin. I don't know if there's um, any direct verses in the Bible that say that. Um, and I, excuse me, I don't really look at it that way. Um, I guess, I guess if you want to really put it in simple terms, I guess you could say it's a sin. I always have a lot of trouble with like the word sin, because it's most of the time when a person is committing a sin, they're in ignorance to where they don't really know that they're doing something that could harm them. Um, and I think religion may have messed up the word sin too. If you've listened to like preaching and stuff like that, people will talk about sinning as it's something just really bad. So I just like to look at things more like, you know, does it cause harm to your life or not? You know, and and abortion is kind of hard for me to talk about, just because I used to my views on it, like I said, have changed a few times. Um, when I was young, I was really, really ignorant, and I didn't know anything about abortion. Um, I probably still don't know all of it, to be fair. Um, I've seen some information about it, and if you look at what's out there, a lot of things are persuaded one way or the other, but I just have tried to educate myself as much as I can. When I was young, I didn't really feel any regard for human life. Um, Sometimes I still feel that, of course, but I just didn't care about. Well, I was careless myself sometimes um, with trying to prevent pregnancy and things like that. I was kind of careless, so I didn't really much care about about if I got an abortion or not. I believed that there was nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of felt like if there were if there were places in the country that will do that kind of thing. um, I mean, a lot of places will do an abortion up to however many weeks. I don't know what it is, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, something like that. I guess I just didn't really feel like there could be anything wrong with it, because there were places that would do that kind of thing for you, and so um, I just thought, well, if I ever get pregnant, when I'm younger, I'll just have an abortion and it's just no big deal. Um, as you get older, you kind of learn some more things about it and you realize there's more um, gravity to it than what you think. You know, I had to learn more value for human life, I think. Um, not just, I mean, I know this sounds bad, but not just thinking everybody's just trash and who cares if people live or die. Um, that's kind of how I just viewed things, and and um, I wasn't I wasn't really having a good life myself, so I just didn't really care. So, um, trying to find more value in human life, I think, helped me. But I saw a lot of information on how abortions are performed, um, and as much education as I could get on it. And I do see how um, it's it can be harmful, but I don't know how to really explain it to you unless you've gone through it. Because I think for a long time you can have an abortion and it may not even have an effect on your life. It's not really something that you'll see an effect with. Although some people do. Some people, my sister had an abortion, and I think they I didn't know all the details of it, but she had um, some problems internally after she had it done, and she could never have a baby because of it. Um, but anyway, so if you don't have physical problems because of something like that, what I tend to see, I've talked to a couple people that have abortions. They carry a lot of guilt because of what they did. Um, and I don't even know if they fully understood that it was, um, again, I'm trying to put it in simple terms. I don't know if I really view it this way, but it's, um, I guess people carry the guilt of like feeling like they killed a living thing. Um, Sometimes they feel guilt because um, they changed their mind and they wish that they hadn't done it. Um, I can kind of understand what people feel in that direction, since my mind has changed so much about it. And also I've gotten pregnant. I'm not saying that that's something you need to do to learn more about abortion, but I have a lot more understanding of, like, I wouldn't want any harm to come to this baby, even though I didn't want a baby. It's just you just you just don't feel like you want harm to come to something so innocent. I guess that's what a lot of people end up feeling. Um, I could see myself, if I had had an abortion, that there would be a lot of regret in my life because um, really just the ignorance of it. I mean, um, a lot of the people I knew, and um, I didn't have any guidance from my parents, and like I said, a lot of people I knew didn't really feel like there was any gravity to it. You know, it's no different than, well, a lot of people viewed it as, um, it's just like getting your teeth cleaned. It was just no big deal. Um, but just seeing some people go through it and finding more out about what happens and everything like that really changed my perspective on it. Um, anyway, so really, there's a lot of situations where it makes sense to get an abortion. Actually, let me go ahead and and end this video here, and I'll just make a part two. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.